Hello guys and welcome to our new math session. Today's lesson is going to be adding mentally, but before then I have to make the ratio homework correction because I know that it's a little bit hard, it's a little bit complicated, so let's make it clear. So let's start by the first question. I have here photos for tarts and apples. So his question here, the ratio of number of tarts to the number of apples is. So first I have to write down the torch to apple in this order. Tart to apple. And after that, count the number of torches do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So write down 12 under the tort column. And after that, let's count the number of apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will just write down 6 here. Between them, there is the sign 2. This is the ratio sign 2. Okay, so after that, I have to think before I write down the final answer here in my spaces. I have to think or to ask myself a question. Is this the simplest form for these two numbers, or can I simplify it? So, of course, if you thought about it here, you'll find there is a common timetable between them. What is it? Yes, it's 6. I will divide both of them by 6. So 12 divided 6 is going to be equals to 2, and write down the ratio symbol 2. And after that, 6 divided 6 is going to be equals to 1. So the final answer is going to be 2 to 1. Okay, so the other one here in the same question, the proportion of the number of tarts is. So the proportion, as we said before, it's the number of tarts to the total. So I have to get the number of tarts to the total things that we have, tarts and apples. So the number of tarts is 12 tarts, and I will write down the ratio symbol 2, and after that count the total numbers. So the total numbers is just the tarts and apples, so 12 plus 6 equals 18. So I'm just writing it down 18. And after that, will I write it down here like that, or I have to ask myself a question? Yeah, of course, I have to ask myself, is this the simplest form or I can simplify it more? So I thought here about a number, I can divide by 2 both of them, and I can divide by 3 both of them, and I can divide by 6 both of them. So I would just choose the largest number that I can divide both of them with. So I would just divide them by 6. So 12 divided 6 is going to be equals to 2, and write down the ratio symbol, and 18 divided 6 is going to be equal to 3. So the final answer is 2 to 3. But remember, the proportion is just written as a fraction, so I would just write it down 2 over 3. Okay, okay, so let's go to question number D. I have here two things, A and B. So the ratio of the length of A to the length of B is, so first I have to write down the length of A to the length of B. And after that, let's count the length of A. 1, 2, 3. So I'll just write down 3 and 2 here. And let's count the length of B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the length of B equal to 7. So here, ask yourself the question, is this the simplest form? Yes, there is no common timetable between 3 and 7, so I will just write it down as they are, so 3 to 7. Okay, so the next question, the ratio of the length of B to their total length. So I have to write down the length of B to the total length is going to be equal. The length of B equal to 7, and the total length it's 7 and 3, which equals to 10. So it's 7 to 10. So let's write it down, 7 to 10, because they are in the simplest form. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Question number 2, I have here the price of a file is 2/3 of the price of the pen. So what's the ratio of the price of the pen to the price of the file? So first I have to write down according to this order. I said here the question said the file first. So write down the file first. File to pen. It's 2 over 3. It means it's 2 to 3. That's why I told you that the order is the most important thing. You have to write it down in order to be able to write it down 2 to 3, not 3 to 2. So What do you want here in this question? What's the ratio of the price of the pen to the price of the file? He needs the opposite right now. So he needs to just know the ratio of the price of the pen to the price of the file. So I will just switch them. So it's going to be 3 to 2. After that, there is a question. It's just a critical thinking question. He said here, if each pen costs $1.50, how many pens and files can you buy with $10 exactly? So I have here too many options, like not too many, it's actually it's three options. So the first option is to buy four pens and it's going to be with $6. So the remaining is $4, which is gonna be equal to four files. Oh, how did he know that the file equals to $1? So guys, let's think together here. If the file is two-thirds of the price of the pen, so what's the two-thirds of 1.5? So do it. When you do it, you will find two-thirds times 1.5, it's going to be equals to $1. So the price of the file is $1 and the price of the pen is going to be $1.5. So if you buy four pens, it's going to be costing you $6. And if you will buy four files, it's going to be equals to $4. So both of them, 4 plus 6 is going to be equals to $10 exactly. Or another option, to buy six pens and it's gonna be with $9 and the remaining is $1, which I can buy with it one file. So I can buy one file and six pens. And the third option, the last option here that I have here, it's to buy two pens and it's gonna be equal to $3. So $2, two pens equal to $3. So the remaining is $7. I can buy seven files. Okay, so this is the question. Let's go to question number 3 here in the homework. Look at the picture. He needs to know the ratio of the number of spoons to the number of forks in its simplest form. So let's count them together. Spoons to forks. So how many spoons do we have here? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So just write it down 4 and write down 2 here. And after that, count the forks that we have to be to just count the number of forks do we have here to write it down under forks column. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 forks. And he needs me to write down the ratio here in the simplest form. So I have to think of a common timetable between 4 and 10. So if you think about it here, both of them are even numbers, so I can divide by 2. So 4 divided 2 is going to be equal to 2, and 10 divided 2 is going to be equal to 5. So this is the simplest form. So the ratio of the number of spoons to the number of forks is going to be equal to 2 to 5. Okay, so let's have another question. Look at the picture. He said here the ratio of volume. Look at the picture here. I have here a beaker A, which has 64 milliliters of liquid of water, and beaker B, which has 56 milliliters of water. So he needs to know the ratio of volume of water in beaker A to the volume of water in beaker B. So I would just write down beaker A to beaker B. And after that, let's think about it here. Write down beaker A has 64 milliliters, so write down 64. And beaker B has 56 milliliters, so write down 56 milliliters. And after that, think about the common timetable between them. So first, he needs here to write it down without simplifying, so write it down 64 to 56. And after that here, he asked me to write the ratio in its simplest form. So what's the common timetable between 64 and 56? They are both in table 2, and they are both in table 4, and they are both in table 8. So I can divide by 8. So 64 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 8. And 56 divided by 8 is going to be equal to 7. So 8 to 7, is it the simplest form? Yeah, there is no common timetable between 8 and 7. So write it down, 8 to 7. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 3. I have here 2 to 8 equals to 6 to something. Guys, this question reminds me with the equivalent fractions. So I will just write down the question here for myself. 2 to 8 equals 6 to something. So when you think about it here, 2 became 6. because here this is the first term of the ratio and this is the first term of the other ratio. This is the second term of the ratio and this is the second term, it's the missing term in the other ratio. So the first with the first. 2 became 6. How? I just multiplied by what? By 3. So I have to multiply this 8 by 3. So 8 times 3 equals to 24. So the answer is going to be 24. Okay, let's have another one. Question number B. I have 28 to something equals to 4 to 3. So here I have 28 became 4. How do they do that? It's 28 divided by 7. So 28 divided by 7 equals to 4. So what here divided by 7 is going to be 3? It's 21. So 21 divided by 7 is going to be equal to 3. Yeah, so that's it. Let's go to the third question. Question number C. Something to 9 equals to 9 to 27. So guys, remember, this is very important note. To have the first term with the first term and the second term with the second term. Like exactly that you did in fractions. Numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So look here. It's 9 became 27. So how? I just multiplied by 3. So let's think of a number. If I multiplied by 3, the answer is going to be equal to 9. What is it? Yes, it's going to be 3. So 3 times 3 equals to 9. So here the answer is equal to 3. Okay, let's go to the final question. 4 to 11 is going to be equal to something to 22. So here I can see that the second term with the second term. So 11 became 22. How? I just multiplied by 2. So 11 times 2 equals 22. So 4 times 2 is going to be equal to what? Yeah, it's 8. So it's going to be equal to 8 to 22. And that's it. So let's go to our new lesson. It's adding mentally. It's not going to take a lot of time. Adding mentally is just to add without using the pen and paper and to solve it like working it out. You have to just solve it mentally. So let me show you a strategy to solve it mentally here. Question number A, I have 628 plus 98. So to be able to solve it mentally, I have to make it a little bit clear to my mind. So what about if I just added 628 plus 100. So I just made this 98 plus 2 equals 100. So why not we do that? So that it's very easy to do it. 728 because 628 plus 100 is going to be 728. But take care, you added 2 here. So what about subtracting 2 from the answer? Because you added 2 at the question, so you have to subtract it from the answer. So the answer is going to be 726. Okay? Okay, so let's go to question number B. 87 plus 480. So tell me, what are you going to do with it? Easy. I will just make this 87, I will make it 90. So I will just add 3. So 90 plus 480, it's going to be equal to 570. So, but I added 3 here in the question, so what I have to do here in the answer? Yes, exactly. I would just subtract 3. So the answer is going to be 567. So just put it in the answer. Okay, so that's the adding mentally, guys. Your homework is going to be sheet uploaded in Moodle, and I'm sorry, in Google Classroom. So thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.